got the M2 out, picking beans. Dad's in the combine right now. I came down to take over for him. He's picked the majority of the field. So I'm gonna finish it up. The rest of this field will all fit on the semi we have. We have semi over there that I gotta go down the road and pick the end rows off of the next field. That way the semi can get in there for tomorrow probably. So I'll be getting you some footage from the cab. In a second here I'll hop up there, get you some footage down in the hopper and everything. We'll do the usual. Dad says he's got the Gleaner dialed in. He says the hopper's real clean, going at decent speed. I mean, I'm walking pretty fast here. He's moving right along. These beans actually look pretty good, so. Hopefully it keeps going good. Alright, I'll get you some video on the Gleaner. Probably won't be able to talk because it's loud. I'll be outside the cab, and then I'll talk to you when I'm inside the cab picking. Okay, so in the combine now, got you guys pushed in right above me. So you guys should be able to see some of what I see. Or some of what I don't see. Real dusty. That bean dust is some toxic stuff. Right in the center of the head there, it's real hard to see what's going on. Doesn't help the sun's in about the exact wrong spot, but we're getting it done. Guys a little story about a couple years ago. Dad was out in this dirt, this same field. This is what we call the front field of the South Farm, because we call this the South Farm, and this is the frontmost field to the road. Well, a couple years ago, Dad was out here, and the spindle broke on the rear axle. The left rear tire came up, or out and underneath. So it was like I imagine it felt like the rear end of the combine probably fell out from underneath of them, because it dropped down all the way to where the straw walker was sitting in the dirt, or straw chopper. So I was at home, Dad was down here looking at it, and it just so happened that my grandma had drove by, and she's seen it, so she stopped and talked to Dad, and then she came over to our house, and she told me that Dad was having problems with the combine. The way she put it, I was assuming the whole combine had caught on fire, or something along those lines. So I hopped in my truck and headed down here to see what was going on. Dad was just figuring it out. I got a picture of it. I'll throw right after this, or in here somewhere. I'll throw the picture of it. I've either got one or two pictures. I'll throw them in right here. So, in order to get that back up, we got all the bottle jacks we had, and we just started picking up the rear, blocking it, using wood blocks. We got it up high enough to actually see what had happened. Realized it wasn't that big of a deal. We got the old one spindle off. We got it up in the air high enough. This was way before I even thought about starting a YouTube channel, so I don't have any video of that, but I wish I did. Then we ran home to one of our 7 parts combines, or we have 5 parts combines. We have 7 combines in all. We use the M2, that's what I'm in right now. It's primarily our bean combine. Then we use the L2. It's primarily our corn combine. Even it is broke right now, so the M2 had to finish up a field of corn for it. But we went home to one of our 5 parts combines and pulled the spindle off. No problem. Then we came back. We dug a hole out for the tire, so we didn't have to keep jacking it up. We got the new one put in there, and Dad was back to combining that same night. It probably happened at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I think once we started and everything, it was only a 2-hour job, even with driving home and back and figuring out exactly what we needed. So that's one of the main reasons we have so many parts combines. You probably remember the video where Brandon and Dad String from Dirt, Grain, and Steel came over to get parts. Glad to help another farmer out. We try to hang on to most of the parts, but they needed something that we had a couple of. We have a couple extras. We do need to put the new auger pivot part on the L2, but we have another one of those from one of the other parts combines, so we're happy that Brandon could make good use out of the one that he got. Make sure to check him out on YouTube. Dirt, Grain, and Steel is their channel. Down low, we got another round and a half, it looks like, 18 rows. Got a 15-foot bean head here, so pick in 6 rows at a time. Matches up with our 6-row planter. Yeah, it was probably only a 2-hour repair on that spindle though. Felt like that was pretty good, especially since any parts store would have been closed by the time we got it apart. We got it apart, it was 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Pretty much every parts store that would carry anything like that, and I doubt anybody would actually carry something, a spindle for a M2 Gleaner combine made in 1970 or whenever. That would definitely be something we'd have to special order. So it got us back going. We've had a lot of repairs like that. Just last year, a straw walker broke while I was combining. That was a 12-hour repair, but I don't know anywhere that carries straw walkers for Gleaner combines. I can't even imagine what that would cost. I wish that was right before I started the YouTube channel. That was actually one of the things that made me start it, because it was such a big repair. There would have been so much video there showing how we did it. I had to end up, I was nose down with my feet kind of up in the air in the back underneath the straw walkers, where the grain slides down that gets knocked off the straw walkers. I was probably in like that for 5 hours in total, because I had to pull the one out of this combine, and then we had to go over to the other combine, the other M that we have, and I had to pull it out of that one, and that was just nasty, because that combine sat for a while, and obviously there was a little bit of grain in it when we parked it, so the raccoons had made a nest or a home in there. So then I had to push all the raccoon feces out of my way. Smelled bad in there. Bean dust and raccoon crap. Not a good combination. So, got all that pushed down. Got that one out. We brought it back over here. Then I had to climb back in this one and put it back in. That was the longest part. Getting stuff out usually doesn't take near as long as getting it in. And Dad and my older brother Derek, they both were just sliding me parts and tools, whatever I needed. They were up there. That way I didn't have to keep crawling in and out. I'd yell whatever I needed, and they'd just slide it down. One of the downfalls to being the skinniest one and the smallest one of the three. Next time something like that happens, though, it'll probably be my little brother in there. But let's hope we never break a straw walker again. That was hopefully a one and done deal. Alright, I've probably talked to you guys enough for right now. I'll get you some video when I'm over unloading in the semi. This field's done. Gotta go just across the road for the semi. The lane getting in here isn't very good, so we'll get you some video once I'm unloading. Just wanted to show you the field's done. I'll show you a sample in the hopper. You've seen what was going in the hopper earlier. That was a little dirty because it was right where we just started. And when you just start up and the combine doesn't have anything in it, the sample's always going to be a little bit dirtier because it's trying to get as much grain out of the little bit of product going in it as it can. At least in my experience, it's always a little bit dirty when you start off. But the grain in there now, it's hard to see through there, but I can only see one pod, so it's looking pretty good. Alright, so we're tracking a few. But man, do they look good. There's a few discolored ones in there, like that one's got some purple on it. But other than that, hopper looks good. got some on the semi already. This is the last load out of that field. Then we got to switch semis because different owners of the crop, but we'll get this unloaded and talk to you then. Good looking sunset there. I'll have plenty of light to get down the road and get that next field. There's this hay field, then there's somebody's yard there, and then you can see the next field right there. That's the next field we're going to, so it's only a little ways down the road. We gotta go all the way to the end of that field in order to go in, because that's where the entrance is, but still not a far drive. So, probably call this a video. I got a story I'm gonna tell while I'm in that field, but I'm gonna put this video out, and that one will be for another video. So, hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and as always, have a good one.